And welcome back to Saturday Report. Everybody, I am Rita Cosby. Big happenings this week in the world of cable news. Our Sarah Williamson joins us now with the very latest and new details.
For 15 years, I woke up to Fox News and go to bed with Fox News. Now I'm waking up to Newsmax and going to bed with Newsmax. I'm sick of it. Let them talk and speak how they want to speak. Get out of the dang way. This is a free country. But Glenn Beck, everybody that they fired over there, this is a liberal family that's trying to make a name for themselves, and they have just cost themselves a lot of money. Folks, if you're on Fox, turn it off. Go to Newsmax. Go to one of the conservative stations. Get away from this mess, because it's absolutely a crime what this Murdoch family is doing.
Rita, that was Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville on John Bachman now earlier this week. And as you all know by now, a big shake-up in the cable news this week with Tucker Carlson, Fox's biggest name, out, and Don Lemon also shown the door over at CNN. Both firings coming within an hour of each other on Monday. Both hosts hiring the same lawyer too, Brian Friedman. Now, Fox's decision not sitting well with the loyal viewers who are making their voices heard with their remotes. Fox's total audience increasing by more than 220% since Fox dropped Carlson, according to a recent report from Rolling Stone. Senior Fox News executives reportedly compiling a detailed opposition research file on Carlson that allegedly contains damaging information on the host. There's also speculation over what led to Tucker's abrupt departure. We're now learning it may have been a batch of highly offensive text sent by the host that Fox was made aware of just prior to settling its case with Dominion. Now, for now, a rotation of hosts filling Tucker's time slot is happening, but the question is, what's next for Tucker Carlson? Rita?
Thank you very, very much, Sarah. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And joining us now to talk about, of course, all of this, and boy, there is a lot to talk about. We have with us media strategist Dennis Kneale, and also joining us is the CEO and a great radio host. He's the CEO of Starnes Media Group, and he's host of the Todd Starnes show, Todd Starnes. And also we continue with our great special guest, conservative commentator and best-selling author, Nick Adams. Let me get right to it with you, Dennis. Your reaction to this bombshell. I've known Tucker, by the way, for many years, full disclosure. We are friends. I went over to NBC when I left Fox News for 10 years, and Tucker was over there. I've known him. What are your thoughts? I was stunned.
Well, I'll tell you, Tucker Carlson, I wish I knew him, because I think he is one of the most outspoken, fearless commentators out there today, and I'm sorry to see him leave Fox. Now, but the cool thing that happened is a couple days later, he puts out his first statement on Twitter, 2 minutes and 30 seconds roughly, and 75 million people have seen that message in which he indicts all of the media. He indicts both parties, and he says, you'll be hearing more from me. Now, I wish that Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson would get together and create the next new network on Twitter. Because what's happened with Fox News is it's allowed viewers to kind of start sampling around. And they're sampling Newsmax, many of them who didn't get a chance before because they were busy watching Tucker Carlson. But now, of course, they're getting a chance, and now the ratings are soaring for Newsmax, even politicians are saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nick Adams, Newsmax is soaring over 200% in ratings in a number of places, big time. People are saying, we want the truth. Don't tell us the news. Let us think for ourselves. Your thoughts?
Look, it's an indication, obviously, of how people feel. They are now voting with their remotes. They've chosen to go to Newsmax. Well, let's hope that it's a trend that remains. I think that there are lots of alternatives. The media landscape has definitely changed dramatically over the last 5 years, 10 years. So we're going to see lots of different things happening.
You know, Todd Starnes, let me bring you in. I want to show Tucker Carlson's comments that Dennis was just referring to. Here is what he said just a few days after his ouster. Take a listen.
The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink and they become weaker.
Todd Starnes, what is your reaction to that comment? What do you think he's trying to get across there? He didn't say Fox by name, but what do you think his message is?
Well, Rita, first, welcome to the millions of new listeners to Newsmax. What an honor to have you guys hanging out with us. As far as Tucker, we happen to be friends, and I was texting with him yesterday. He's in great spirits, by the way, and we certainly haven't seen the last of Tucker. Look, I think there's something going on. There's been a change in the culture at Fox. I worked there for 14 years before they decided not to renew my contract back in 2019. So I think that there has been great disrespect and a great disservice done to the loyal viewers of Fox News Channel. And it's nice to know that they are now migrating over to Newsmax, a network that truly does respect people of faith. They respect America First patriots. And what you see on the TV is actually what you get off screen. And that's very important because there's an issue of authenticity and integrity. And I'm afraid Fox News is dealing with those issues right now.
Dennis, let me also go to you in terms of what happened at Fox. Fox still isn't giving a definite reason for getting rid of Tucker. I mean, he was their #1 star. And what do you think's behind that?
And as a business decision, you have to question it. Now, first thought, look, I haven't been in a hot tub with Tucker. This gentleman's texting him, and you knew him way back when.
I haven't been in a hot tub either. Okay,
but as a network anchor who's lost a show, who's been fired with 15 minutes notice, at a much lower scale, at Fox Business, I got to tell you, even though Tucker's worth millions, even though he's huge, this hurts. And I promise you, every morning when he wakes up, he gets ready to run into battle and say a whole bunch of stuff, and he's lost one of the most influential media platforms anywhere, and that's gotta hurt. Now, we first heard, is it the lawsuit? There's even betting, right? That, hey, bet $100, you'll win back a total $300 if Fox ends up saying he left because of the lawsuit, that was a condition. That's not true. Then we saw the Journal first report, and the New York Times say, he called a woman the C word. Bum, 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 the C word. Is that enough to make you end up firing a guy who runs a $75 to $100 million a year business for you? That is the advertising the show? I don't think so.
Well, one thing I will bet is that Fox News's ratings, I think they've hit a huge tank, and Newsmax's ratings are continuing to soar big time. Don't you project that, Todd? The trajectory is going to keep going?
Oh, absolutely. And we saw that with the most recent ratings that came out on Thursday. Certainly, it is not looking good for Fox News. And I will say this, there could be, and this very well may be it. I think a lot of the on-air talent was just out of control in the sense that the network could not tell them what to do. And what better way to send a message to the rest of your staff than to take out someone like a Dan Bongino and a Tucker Carlson? Because if they can do it to the guy that was hauling in tens of millions of dollars, and by golly, they can come after you. It is a really unsettling culture right now at Fox. Now, I will take issue with something the senator said. I'm not sure any of us want the government stepping in and telling any sort of a network what they can and cannot put on the air. They already have that. It's called National Public Welfare Radio and Public Welfare Broadcasting System. But we don't want the government coming in. If Fox News wants to make an insane, stupid business decision, that's their right under the Constitution to be stupid. And let's remind people here, it is a foreign-owned news network.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. Todd, great to see you, my friend. And also Dennis, by the way, everybody, Dennis's podcast is What's Bugging Me, and it's available on iTunes and Ricochet. Make sure that you check it out. Dennis is always funny and awesome. You definitely want to check that out. Thank you, guys. And Nick, stay with us, too.